We all know what a clock looks like, right? But what if I told you it could actually hold the secret to better balance? Today, we're going to break down something called clock steps. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful exercise that can help improve stability, especially for folks managing conditions like MS.
It sounds almost too simple to be true, doesn't it? But really, that's the beauty of it. By picturing the familiar face of a clock, we can systematically teach our body's stabilizing muscles how to work better, building confidence with every single little movement. Let's see how it's done.
So, what exactly are clock steps? Well, at its heart, the whole thing is about imagining a clock on the floor right under you. And by tapping your foot to different hours on this clock, you wake up and strengthen all those tiny muscles that keep you steady. The best part? It's completely adaptable, no matter where you're starting from. Every journey has to start somewhere, and for this, we start from a place of safety. That means we begin in the most accessible position possible, sitting in a chair. This lets you focus completely on the movement itself, building those important brain-body connections without any risk of feeling unstable. Okay, so let's try it. You're in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor. Picture that clock. Now, with your right foot, just gently lift and tap your heel at 12 o'clock. That's straight ahead. Bring it back to the middle. Then tap out to 3 o'clock. Back to the middle. And finally, tap back towards 6 o'clock. That move back to the center every time. That's the most important part. Now for the left foot. And what's cool here is how we mirror the movement. You'll tap forward to 12, just like before, but then you tap out to 9 o'clock. Bring it back to center, and then back to 6. This symmetrical work, it really challenges both your body and your brain to get in sync. And how many should you do? Well, a good goal to shoot for is about 5 to 10 full cycles on each leg. Just remember, go slow. It's all about the quality of the movement, not how fast you can do it.
You know, this is way more than just an exercise. It's a real confidence builder. Every time you complete a set from your chair, nice and secure, you're proving to your brain and your body that you can move in a stable, controlled way. That's a huge first victory.
So, once you're feeling really solid with the seated version, it's time to take the next step. We're going to move to standing, but, and this is key, with a safety net. We're going to use some support. The setup here is everything. Find yourself a spot next to a wall or a heavy, stable table. Now, that clock is on the floor all around you. And what's the golden rule? Always, always come back to a stable, two-footed stance after every single tap. That's your home base. Now the pattern expands a little. With your right foot, you'll start at 12 and then tap out to 1, then 2, then 3 o'clock, always coming back to the center. The left foot mirrors that, going from 12 out to 11, 10, and 9. You're basically tracing the top quarter of the clock. And this is what starts to challenge your balance as your leg moves away from you. For this stage, since it's a bit more of a challenge, let's aim for about 3 to 5 repetitions for each leg. Again, the focus is on being controlled and stable, not just getting through the reps. Let's be really clear here. Using support isn't weakness, it's smart. Think of your hand on that wall as a safety net. It gives your nervous system the confidence it needs to allow your body to challenge itself, and that's how you get stronger. And now, the advanced challenge. This is the goal we're working towards, standing without any support. But listen, you only move on to this when you feel really, really confident and stable in that last stage. Don't rush it. So here, we push that range of motion even further. Your right foot is going to tap from 12 all the way out to 4 o'clock. And your left foot will mirror that, tapping from 12 out to 8 o'clock. And that number one rule about returning to a stable stance, it is more important now than ever. Okay, here is maybe the most important tip for making this leap. Don't go from full support to zero support overnight. That's a recipe for trouble. The trick is to be gradual. Start with just a light fingertip on the wall, just for that little bit of feedback. Then, over time, when you feel really secure, you lift the finger. That's how you do it safely. And just like the last stage, the goal here is 3 to 5 controlled, deliberate reps for each leg. It's always about quality, not quantity. You got this. No matter what stage you're working on, there are a few rules for safety that are totally non-negotiable. Your well-being is the number one priority, always. So let's make sure we've got these locked in. First, breathe. It's so easy to hold your breath when you're concentrating, so just be mindful of taking slow, deep breaths. Second, always listen to your body. Pain is a signal to stop, period. Third, check your ego at the door. If you feel unstable, going back a stage isn't failure, it's just smart training.
And finally, especially when you're starting out, it's a great idea to practice with a physical therapist to make sure your form is spot on. So forget about all the advanced stages for a minute and just ask yourself this. What is one small, safe step you can take today? Maybe it's just trying the seated version one time. That single step, no matter how small it feels, is the start of your journey to better balance.